We are waiting for this cold front to come through, but before it does, it is gross out there. It's muggy, it's warm, and I've tweaked the temperatures a little bit from this morning. Right now, about 1:30 when we're filming this, Cleburne, Waxahachie still in the upper 70s, but low 80s across Hillsborough and Corsicana. So I do think that we will see the upper 80s in the southern counties, but I think we get up to the mid 80s. Now, compressional heating will help a little bit with our northern counties as that front gets closer, but I don't think we quite get to 90 today. But regardless, we are still well above that norm of 78 degrees. Tonight, overnight, we'll be right around 59, 60 degrees, closer to normal than we have been the last couple of nights, but it's going to be another night or so before we really feel the cooler air moving in. We'll have another push of cold air that'll help that rain come down on Saturday. We'll talk more about that a little later. Medium. That's what I've got for you in the allergen department today. That sounds a whole lot better than high, doesn't it? You still can get some sniffles out there, but I don't think you're going to be paying much attention to the pollen out there when you feel how humid it is. But hey, we'll take all the good news that we can get. So let's take a look at where things are right now. This is the position of the front, and this is as of about 1 o'clock or so. And you can see those strong southerly winds. It is gusty out there, gusty, cool north winds out in West Texas right now behind that front. And as this continues to move in, we will see the chances of showers and thunderstorms increasing. Now, what's interesting is that models have actually been, specifically the short range model, has been changing throughout the day. So when we take a look at things, as far as what the Storm Prediction Center has, this has not changed yet. Still could see some scattered severe thunderstorms through this period. Now, what I will say is that it's looking less like we'll have a straight broken line of storms, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But I think that really throughout this area, it's going to be more, like I said, scattered or isolated storms throughout this area. Maybe one or two near Brady, moving down to Kerrville. Maybe one or two in our area, maybe moving towards Waco or Killeen, and then maybe one or two or three up in the Arklatex area. So I don't think that it's going to be as prevalent as maybe we thought, at least if the models are correct. But that's what we see. Now, if we do happen to get one of these storms, here's what we have. We're still in that slight risk area. I still have damaging winds and hail as the primary risks. The tornado threat remains low. It's just not really a point of focus today. Doesn't mean it's zero. Let me make sure that's clear. But we're not really that concerned about a tornado threat. It doesn't look like, I don't think these storms will be really that organized today, and I don't think they last that long. It looks like a lot of these storms are going to be ones that pop up and increase in coverage or increase in intensity and then kind of die down and that kind of thing. So I don't think they're stable enough today to have tornadoes. Sometimes they have to get pretty well organized for a period of time before that happens. So here's what the HR, the high resolution rapid refresh model tells us. Then rapid refresh means this one doesn't refresh every 6 hours. This is every hour, and it's been changing quite a bit. Here's the 16Z from this afternoon. So at 3 o'clock today, it doesn't show really anything before 3 o'clock, but at 3 o'clock it shows 1 or 2 in our area, and then 1 or 2 up towards Sulphur Springs, Mount Pleasant, Paris up there. And then when you get to 6 o'clock, that's really the next time we see something. It shows east of us, a few of those from Fairfield up towards White House there. And this is not, let me just make clear again, this is not saying it's going to exactly be in that area. This is just an estimation. Now you get to 8 o'clock, and that's where we start to see a little bit more organized activity. But like I say, again, this is not saying it's going to be exactly over the lake of Waxahachie here. But, I mean, you see one near Greenville, one near Waxahachie, one down there south of Meridian there towards Waco. So I think this is going to be just a broken line of a few scattered storms. Here's the thing. We've been talking about the timelines here starting around 4 or 5 o'clock. This is pushing most of the activity later in the evening. I think we could possibly see 2 rounds of storms. One ahead of the main front there, which would be the 3 to 4 o'clock time period. And then I think this is when the front's coming through, or at least maybe when the most of the lift is coming through at this point. So we will have to continue to monitor this and see kind of how this plays out, because the models have become less and less sure over time. Not usually the way that goes. Normally they find a consensus, but up until really this morning, late in the morning, early afternoon time, these models have been pretty clear that we were going to see storms mostly from about Comanche to Cleburne, kind of that area, maybe a complex coming together, moving south. But then through the day, they've become less certain, so not really too sure what's going to happen there. But I think that between 3 and 8 o'clock here, I know that's a big window, we will see a storm or two, and those could become severe. Now, getting into 10 o'clock period, most of it pushes east, and then by midnight, yeah, it looks like we're pretty well done with the storms by that point. So again, still looking like it's not going to be a terrible late night, so that is some good news as well. Let's talk about the forecast. We got a few things to talk about here again tonight. I said a 60% chance of rain. Probably should change that to about a 40% chance because it just doesn't look like it's going to be quite as much coverage as we originally thought. But that front does move through, so tomorrow we are cooler with a modest north wind. These showers should be pushed a little bit, I think, to the left there. More morning showers, I think, for tomorrow. And then tomorrow afternoon, I think off to, actually, I should back that up. I'm thinking of Sunday. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Tomorrow, just a couple of showers possible. Really, most of that's northeast of us, but I can't rule out a shower or two, really kind of any part of the day tomorrow. Now we get to Saturday. I know this is what a lot of folks are looking at. We've got Scarborough Renaissance Festival. We got the Bluebonnet Festival in Ennis. We got prom. We got birthday parties. We got all the different things going on. Some events have already been canceled, unfortunately, but Saturday we do have rain that will be through the area, and it's going to be pretty widespread. I don't really have a specific timeline for you. What I would expect there is just off and on waves of showers. Looks like the highest coverage might be in the evening, but don't discount the daytime. I think we will still see some showers there. And these disturbances, sometimes it's hard to say what time it's going to come in, not only because the models don't usually handle them very well, but because, again, it's just going to be waves of rain. So just on Saturday, just expect to stay indoors for any events that you have, or if you go outdoors, just be ready for rain. I think we could have a few thunderstorms, not expecting severe weather. That's the good news. Shouldn't be anything severe on Saturday, but can't rule out a thunderclap or two. 67 Saturday, 63 Sunday. We get into Sunday. That's what I was trying to talk about a minute ago. Morning showers there, just a few. I don't think we see anything more than that. Will be breezy though, and breezy northeast winds there, northeast really. But yes, cooler, and cooler overnight too, 50s for your mornings on Sunday morning and Monday morning. Now getting into Monday and onward, we're warming back up. So right around 70 Monday, still fairly cool, and then 78 to 80 degrees for the midweek, and our next chance of rain comes in by Wednesday. So make sure you stay tuned to South Metro weather throughout the afternoon and the evening. I will be monitoring radar to see how this thing is going to play out. Again, models have been a little bit unsure. So I think anywhere from 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock, that's going to be the window when we could see a round or two of storms come through. Again, not expecting full coverage, but somewhere in our area, I do expect at least one storm this evening, and it could be severe. Friday, just a few showers possible, but our biggest rain chances come in on Thursday. So right now I have severe coverage, storm coverage at least starting at 4 o'clock. We'll adjust that time as needed as we go through the rest of the afternoon and the evening. More updates to come.